next live.
Yes. Not 10. Maybe
No,
we need to go in 30 minutes.
not 10. Yes. All
Oh my
right.
word. Talk about flusterism.
Flusterism is a word,
I just
and
made it up.
we're using it this morning for sure. Oh my
Hey, maybe
gosh.
we should do some box breathing first before we start.
Stop breathing. Ah, oh goodness. All right. Okay. Here we go. That's why right here. Camera. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, so this morning we are 7 minutes late to our live because we had some technical issues with the sound. So we gotta not complain though, Coach, because
No.
we actually had a perfect send off last week, and we had a perfect live. So we
Yes.
cannot possibly do two perfect ones because then people wouldn't watch us if we had two perfect ones.
Is that the case?
Oh my gosh, it's kind of like the day today, you know? Is there a full moon tonight?
Oh, it is. It
Is
is.
there really? That's
Yeah.
why. I
Yeah.
struggled. I struggled working out at the gym today. I just felt weaker today
Mm.
for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what it was. If it was just today or what. I just felt weaker, but I still worked out like a boss. Still did it. Was still
Yeah.
there at 7 a.m. this morning. Good morning, everybody. We didn't say good morning to
Good
everybody
morning.
because we're a little flustered. Oh, somebody give us some encouragement this morning.
My
I'll tell you
goodness.
what. Yeah, so it's good to be live this morning. We are live every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. I am live over on TikTok. I'm trying a new thing today. We have a new software system that we're using that is absolutely wonderful until it's not.
Yeah.
And then when it's not, gosh, hey, Sherry, it's good to see you this morning. Say hi. Say hi
Hello.
and
Hello.
tell us
Hello.
where you're watching from this morning as we kind of get our breath. I'm going to take a drink
Yep.
with my lovely Smanley. You know, wholeheartedly endorse the Smanley. I drink so much darn water these days. Oh, so yeah. So we're going to make it a point to come in here about 15 minutes early to get the setup all taken care of. If
Yes.
anybody knows anything about echoing, that was our issue this morning. As we got on, we put our Bluetooth on, we put all of the things on. Every setting was normal, like we normally do, and then boom, we have echoes. So we cannot talk and echo at the same time.
No.
It's not possible. Winston is in his place this morning. He's learning a new song, by the way. Last night we
Really?
were there out watching TV, and there was this funny noise coming from my office, and it was Winston trying to learn a new song. So, TikTok, there you go. You can see Winston. He's the office bird. Whoops, about knocked him off. So, this morning we're going to talk a little bit about fasting, and we love this topic because it's like it's good and it's bad, right? So
Mhm.
we're going to talk about all the things, and we are not going to shy away from talking about the bad stuff about fasting because right now it seems to be the thing to do.
Yeah.
It really, I have to bite my tongue a lot as a health coach because I watch all of these intermittent fasting, programs and these health coaches. Yay, intermittent fasting, and I cringe sometimes because I'm somebody with a past eating disorder, and so sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, this could really really hurt some people, or we're going to intermittent fast. We're going to starve ourselves, and then we're going to eat all the things during our eating window. And you can totally self sabotage yourself. So, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of intermittent fasting. Sherry, thank you for that. We needed to hear that this morning because we're kind of flustered. So, yeah, thank you for saying that. We are live. 9 different places this morning. So that's the
9.
really oh
Wow.
10 because I forgot TikTok's over here.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out how to hook TikTok up to this ordeal so you can see Coach Darcy too. Coach Darcy is over here, and we do a tag team show every Tuesday morning. So, welcome to the 10 different places we are streaming. Colorado, oh my gosh. Oh, I hear the weather's perfect there. It's not here. So, hey, let's talk about fasting. Who should fast? Okay. And can you self sabotage when you fast? Some people self sabotage at the gym too. Some people think going to the gym every day is going to make me lose weight. They come home and they eat everything that they've just burned off at the gym. And so there's counter productive ways to do this. So let's talk, because I know your personality, Coach Darcy. I know what you like to do. You like to talk about the good stuff first. And I'm one that sees the dark cloud in the sky. So we'll talk about the cautions, not negative, but the cautions of intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
and who should not fast. There are people that should not fast.
Yes.
Okay. So kind of cue that up in your mind. So let's talk about the first thing. Why would somebody want to do intermittent fasting? And we talk about our viewpoint of intermittent fasting with the low carb, no sugar, no processed perspective. So when we talk about intermittent fasting, that is the caveat that we put alongside of our intermittent fasting lifestyle. And you can take this and do it however you wish. That is where we're certified, because we believe in the health benefits of doing such a fast. So, are you ready? Are you too flustered to go first?
Maybe, but I just need to clarify the category of fasting, because you just said that we're not talking about people that are not living a
No.
wait.
Well, you can whatever lifestyle you live, you
Okay.
can totally zone in to the intermittent fasting. We're just talking about the
Okay.
positive things. What three
Positive things.
things? And let's just tackle the first one. What is the first wonderful thing about intermittent fasting? No matter what lifestyle you choose, we're gonna plug in some low carb benefits to this. But what are some of the benefits of intermittent fasting?
Well, I'm not sure if this is your number one, but the first one I am thinking of is autophagy.
Autophagy. Okay, so we
That's
have
not
some
where you were
brand.
going with that.
Yeah, no, I'm following
Okay.
you. You
Okay.
lead, I follow.
Okay.
So there are some people in this room who do not know what autophagy means. Now,
Let me
number
go
one,
into detail.
I can't spell it.
Okay.
Have you ever tried to spell that word? Oh my
Yes.
God.
But the
So
spell check, I don't think even know this. The spell checker doesn't even think that it's spelled right, but it is spelled right.
Patrick has no idea how to spell autophagy. So tell us, what is autophagy?
So autophagy is the point where your body can clean it up, clean itself up, right? It
Uh-huh.
goes into that mode where it's just getting all the dirty senescent cells out and going intercellular cleanup. Like we're talking intercellular cleanup. So
Yeah,
all
to get
the
the zombie cells out.
Yep, the zombie cells, the senescent cells is the scientific word for it, but we like zombie cells because it makes more sense.
Can spell zombie cells. I cannot spell senescent cells, and I can't even say it. So we're going to go
Senescent.
with zombie cells. And
Yes,
zombie cells are cells that are attracted to each
yes,
other. So
yes,
zombie cells attract each other, and think
because
of a
they're
zombie cell as a
dead.
dirty, dead, yucky cell,
Yes,
right? Our
and
body
where
automatically collects those things.
yes, and where
Okay?
you have one collective of dirty cells, like you said, they keep clinging to each other. So
Right.
all of that infectious, nasty cells that have
Mhm.
just gone rogue and gross, they like to collect to each other. And then,
Yes.
did you know what I learned today? Well, I didn't learn
What?
it today, but I refreshed today. Is that is the like the door opening for things like cancer.
Yes. I bet you and I listened to the same podcast.
Well, I read the book just
Oh,
now.
did you? Oh, you were reading. I
I
listened.
was
I
rereading.
went on my 2 mile walk, and that's literally that's what I learned. It was
Yeah,
Dr. Mindy Peltz
yeah,
that was talking about it,
yeah,
when she was talking about the cancer cells. They
yeah,
cling to each other.
yes,
In fact, she recommends two 72-hour fasts a day, two 72-hour fasts a year,
yes,
just for cancer treatment
yes,
alone, to keep the cancer cells away, because we have cancer cells in our body. Hey, Courtney, we have cancer cells in our body already. And so, number one, keto warning, low carb warning, we are done feeding the cancer cells,
yes,
because sugar loves cancer
yes,
cells. Cancer cells love sugar. we stopped feeding those because we went zero sugar just for the health aspect alone, not even to mention, the weight loss aspect. So cancer cells are in our body. And so when we clean out those cells with autophagy, we get them out of our body. It's like a house cleaning. It's like I'm hiring a house cleaner to come in and clean all the dust out of my house and get it out.
Yeah.
That's the number one positive effect of fasting.
Yeah.
The second one I'm going to take is weight loss.
Mm.
Obviously, calories count. I don't care if you're keto, and they can kick me out of the keto world for this, but I don't care what lifestyle you're living, you got to burn more calories than you take in. Calories do matter. Now, calories are not all the same. Calories from a Snickers bar are much different than calories from, say, an apple. Okay. So there's different nutrients, and we could talk for hours about that. But the fact of the matter is, when you go into a fast, whether it be 24-hour fast, 16-hour fast, 36, by the way, Dr. Pelt says that is the best fat burning fast that you can do. And it's almost one of the easiest. Okay. 48-hour fast, 72-hour fast. They each have a different job. And that's what we teach in our new program for women, because there is a different job for each fast. And it's so fascinating to find those different jobs. But weight loss is the number one. A 36-hour fast is the best for fat burning because you go into autophagy at that point. You're in ketosis. Your body is burning its own fat cells for fuel instead of burning sugar and carbs for fuel, and you will have weight loss. That's the second benefit. Can you
Mm-hmm.
think of a third benefit of fasting?
The one I'm thinking of is anti-aging, but I'm not sure if that's what you were thinking of.
No, I'm following you there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Anti-aging.
So
Absolutely.
we're going into where the longer fast beyond the 72-hour fast or 72 plus, that's where you are creating those stem cells, because our bodies, they were created to heal themselves. And when you get to that point of the fast, that's when those stem cells start to remake
People
themselves.
pay a lot of money for stem
Dude,
cells. Like
I was $50,000.
I know people that they buy stem cells. You can
Wow.
make your own. Like
Yeah.
literally, you can go into a 48, 72, even the 5-day fast. The
Yeah.
5-day fast is actually, it's a medical fast. So
Yeah.
whenever I have a client say I'm ready to take on that 5-day, I don't start them out there because that is literally, we're not talking weight loss. Some people gain weight on
Yeah.
the 5-day fast, as crazy as that sounds. But what is happening during that long fast and that longer fasting phase is you are cleaning out the old stem cells and you're rebuilding new ones. And which is anti-aging, literally anti-aging. A lot of people had said, and I don't know if this happened to you. I lost 120 pounds. You lost 75 pounds,
70.
70 pounds. You better just go ahead and lose that 5 extra so I can be right in my introductions,
I'm
please.
trying.
If you'd stop going to the gym and building the muscle,
No, we'd be
you
good.
might be able to say 75. But as Darcy and I were losing the weight, people said to us over and over and over, it looks like you are reversing your age. It looks like you're going back in time. And I look at the pictures. Yesterday, I was really triggered. Can I use the word triggered if I am a Gen X?
I mean, you can't. Like,
Because the Gen Zs really
Gen,
like that word
Gen
triggered.
X uses whatever word they want because
We're
they're
tough.
honey badgers.
We're absolutely tough. So Gen X is going to use the word triggered, right? So why was I triggered? I was triggered because I saw a picture of myself, and I think you were actually there in that gazebo with us. You weren't
I
there?
wasn't there that day. No.
You were part of the cool crowd because there was really cool people in that gazebo. I looked at that and I thought, my gosh, I looked old. I looked old. Now, not to say I'm not aging now because I am, but you know, I looked really old. My skin was wrinkled. It was awful. And so you really can see the difference when you get into that intermittent fasting. Now you can ruin an intermittent fast. You can ruin fasting
Yeah.
by overeating. And so that's gonna slide us right into the cautions, like who should not fast. If you know who should not fast, we want you to post it in the comments because we'll talk about it. Okay.
I would
There
just like
are
to add first
people.
that with this topic, you said that I always like to talk about the good stuff. But
Yes.
in
Were you
this,
not done talking about the good stuff?
no, no, no. Listen, like when it comes to fasting, this is a topic for me that I have a love-hate relationship with.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So going into, and this is the reason why I have the love-hate relationship, going into what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, you're 100% right because I'm not a happy faster. I hear about these people. I know these people and I know they're not lying, but they're like, I'm euphoric when I fast. I love fasting. I feel so good. I've never once hit that in my entire life. I never once. Now, the 48-hour fast, it was an aha moment for me as I was reading Dr. Peltz's book about the dopamine hit. That's real.
Yeah.
So at the 48-hour mark, your senses, your hormones, you kick into this dopamine reaction and you actually feel amazing. That is true. That is absolutely true. You got to get to the 48 hours first. But I'm just not a happy faster. I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to, mostly because it's social. That's the thing that I hate the most about fasting is eating is 80% social. And so typically if you're doing a long fast and when we guide our clients through a fast, we say we need you to clear your schedule because you can't go into a very, very social part of your week while you're fasting because you look horrible. You're like, oh, I can't eat. I'm fasting. And people, that really bothers people
It
at
does.
sometimes.
It
You got
really
to clear
does.
your schedule. So he just got mad and about bit me. I heard this snap behind
You're
my ear.
swallowing them too fast.
I'm so sorry, buddy. So let's talk about the negative aspects. There are people who should not fast.
Yeah.
Number one, if you're pregnant, you
Yeah.
should not fast. Period. If you are nursing, you should not fast because you have to do things differently. Can you be low carb and nursing and pregnant? Absolutely. You should not fast. Are there any other people who should not fast?
My guess would be maybe someone that's type 1. That'd be my first initial thought.
Oh, I thought you said type A. That I'm like, that's me. I'm type
That's
A.
me. Type A. Type
Type
who knows?
1 diabetes absolutely should not should
Yes.
not fast without the consultation of their
Yes.
physicians. We don't do any coaching for type 1 because you totally can. There's keto type 1 diabetics. Absolutely, it can be done. We are
Yes.
not certified. We
Nope.
send them to the physicians for that. But yeah, type 1, type A people, they can fast. Absolutely.
Can
they just
they
gotta
though?
they just gotta create a list and check things off. You know what? That's hilarious because the tool that I use for fasting is the Life app.
Yes.
Because I have to check things off a list. I'm a firstborn type A personality. That's why I love that app. But basically, if you're going to do a longer fast, anything over 24 hours, I need that app. I need to know you've got 2 hours left because there's going to be times you're going to feel like giving up, and
Mhm.
you're going to look at that app and say, well, I can do anything for 2 hours.
Right.
I can carry this on to completion. Or there's something satisfying of seeing 48, or whatever your goal is. Here's one that's in between the should not fast. Okay, we're going to talk about it. I always talk about this with clients as they're getting ready, as we do the onboarding and the intake calls for clients. That is people who have an eating disorder. Okay, I love how Dr. Peltz talks about how to deal with fasting if you have an eating disorder because you can do a fast. You just have to do it differently. So people without an eating disorder can totally go into a 24, 48-hour fast, do it, be done, walk away, yay, rah, I did it, checked it off my list, no problem. People with an eating disorder, you've got to be very, very creative. And I'm going to
Mhm.
talk about my eating disorder. I have a binge eating disorder. And so, and I am in recovery from this. So I have not had this episode in a long time. However, when I fast, I am triggered. I use that word again. Thank you, Gen Z, for letting me use the word, but I'm triggered because I feel like when that magical number, let's say I'm fasting for 24 hours, that magical number hits the clock, I need to eat everything and I start eating stupidly and I could totally wreck my macros in one just cooking dinner because I'm constantly putting a bite in my mouth or I'm lights, licks, bites, and tastes are very active. So what I have to do with a binge eating disorder is I have to break my fast conveniently, very softly at the 23-hour mark. So what I do instead of going to that magical, because your body does not know it's been 20, it does not know what time it is. So mentally, I have to say, okay, at about 23 hours, I'm going to have a piece of string cheese. And I'm going to put a little damper on my hunger hormones and really cause it to not be so crazy at that 24-hour mark. And then I gently break it with some bone broth, some sauerkraut drizzled with some flaxseed oil. And, so I'll break it in stages like we teach on how to break a fast. And so if you have an eating disorder, you can still fast. You just have to be very, very careful on how you break it. The other thing is, do you remember, Darcy, do you remember the three things that Dr. Peltz talked about in her book? She said it so gracefully. And I actually put off reading her book because I had an eating disorder, because I knew I had the binge eating disorder. And so I'm like, I put it off because I'm like, I would love to go there, but I can't. And she did such a beautiful job um, uh, uh, making the distinctions. Number one, if you use fasting as a punishment,
Mm.
no, you don't fast.
Yeah.
What was the second one, Darcy? If you use it as a punishment, if you if you give yourself a huge calorie deficit, if you're counting those calories and you're freaked out about that, and then if you, oh gosh, what was that, Darcy?
I
I must go to the source um, because it was really, really important. So why don't you talk about?
um, well, what I'm hearing from you is that you're also with an eating disorder. You are you're being intentional about pre-planning and pre-thinking and preparing. So
Yeah,
this is not so you don't end up doing that whole punishment.
right,
Um,
right.
what you're yes the
Yeah. So Dr. Peltz, this is I took off my book because I want my clients. I'm so into her book. I put the cover over there so so my clients can see the book, and then so my book doesn't have a cover anymore. But number one, if you're restricting your calories, that's a no-no. If you use fasting to as an excuse to skip meals, no, that's not. Or if you're allowing shaming
Mm,
to take over, if you start shaming yourself about breaking your fast too early, there is no such thing as a failed fast. If your goal is to fast for 24 hours and you make it 22 hours, we are cheering for you. There's no such thing as a failed fast. And if you begin to shame yourself for breaking your fast early, no, absolutely not. And if you're looking at your fast as an excuse to start skipping meals, you want your practitioner involved in that. So, fasting and eating disorders is on the side of we're watching that. We're
yeah.
very, very cautious, and we know our bodies. Knowing your body and knowing that when I get to the stove, and if it's the number 24, and I'm going to break my fast at that point, when I get to the stove and I'm going to start eating stupidly, I know this about myself, and so I tweak it. Fasts are not all identical.
Right.
Okay.
I think we've kind of conditioned ourselves as coaches to recognize those in our clients, and I know
Yeah.
that we do not support
Yes.
this, and we make it aware
Yeah.
to our clients when they are showing signs like these.
Yes.
So that's why I think as coaches, we also really push the pre-thinking, pre-planning, and preparing, and
Yeah.
understanding the science behind the fasting, so that
Hmm.
you're not eating like you're just not starving yourself because you're punishing yourself because you ate way too much yesterday. You had all those cupcakes at work, and now you're going to just starve yourself the next day
Right.
because you don't deserve it. So when you hear things like that, those are red flags. And that is why I have
Yes.
a love hate relationship with it,
Yeah.
because it can
Yeah.
unfortunately trigger people that are not training themselves
Yeah.
properly when it comes to
Right.
fasting.
So true. So in our program, we have a fasting program. We're both certified intermittent fasting coaches. We implement this into our program. We do it very carefully and we do it very monitored. Okay, so I will have clients who have a bad weekend and say, "Well, no sugar for me this week," and I say, "Nope, I'm sorry, I can't support that." And when I say sugar for our clients, I'm meaning anything sweet because our clients do not have sugar. They do the berries, they do swerve, erythritol, monk fruit, those kinds of things because we don't want to spike the glucose.
Yeah.
So when I have a client say, "Well, see, I was horrible. I was bad all weekend. So sorry, I'm just not going to do anything sweet." Even, and that's not even talking about fasting. That is
Yeah.
that is talking about shaming yourself as well as
Punishment.
it's borderline eating disorder to me. When you're punishing yourself and you're shaming yourself for things that may have happened over the weekend, we can't go there. We don't do that. Is there a time to detox? Absolutely. There are times that our clients were like, "You know what? I'm just feeling a little bit off. I'm feeling like I've just maybe overdone it the past couple of weeks. I need to find my footing again." During that moment, I'm like, "Okay, let's take the detox." We have a specific detox that we give our clients that actually will literally clean out their cravings, their triggers, all of those things. So the fasting program that we do, we don't take you and say, "Okay, we're doing a 72-hour fast this week." No, we build your fasting muscle. You have to start at the beginning. If you're going to get into fasting, you've got to start at the beginning and just have an 8-hour eating window. So we take our clients from an 8-hour eating window. Then we say, "Okay, let's do a 24." That's dinner to dinner. Very, very simple. You stop eating at 5:30, start eating at 5:30. Basically, you're just skipping breakfast and lunch. 24-hour fast is the gut reset fast.
Hmm.
That is when you can build those microbiome back in your gut. You heal your gut. Leaky gut is healed. All of those things at 24. Then we take you the next week. We do it with 36. Then we do a 48, 72. And I have had clients do the 5-day, which is absolutely phenomenal. The other thing that we do in our new program, we take this fasting concept and we build it around your monthly cycle, which absolutely changes your life. I wish I would have had this when I still had my cycle. At a hysterectomy, I still have my hormones, don't have my cycle, but I still do this based on Dr. Peltz's way, first of the month. Same with our menopausal women who want to get their hormones aligned. You can do this with fasting. You do this with low carb. You do this with hormone feeding. This is a brand new program that we have launched this last month that is changing the lives of women.
Yeah.
Women cannot lose weight the same way men can. Men have one hormone to deal with, testosterone. Boom, bang, they're done. They come in, they lose the weight, they're done, right? They're amazing. We love our guy clients. We coach many, many men. However, women are much different. Women do not have a cookie cutter plan. They need to fast around their hormones. Now, before this program, our women were very successful. The
Yes.
difference I'm seeing now is the women who are in our program right now have peace. They were powering through it with our other program, low carb all the way through, right? They were powering through it, but it was like fighting against the wind those last 2 months. And we're like, wow, what is missing? We found Dr. Peltz. Thank you, Dr. Peltz, if
Yes.
you're watching this.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
I look forward to the day you have a certification program. That's my hint to her. Um, but the thing that we have found that has been a miracle worker is working around the hormones. You eat towards your hormones and you will have a much easier plan of losing weight.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say, Coach?
Um,
By the way, hold on, TikTok. Just so you know, we've got Coach Darcy on the other side of this beautiful wall that one day I'll hook the both of you guys up and you'll be able to see her. But if you go to kmhealthcoaching.com or .org, if you
yeah.
go over to our Facebook group, you'll be able to see her beautiful face over there. Right
Yeah.
now, Winston is
TikTok
just
doesn't like me right now.
no.
They
TikTok
like
could
you.
not hook up to this, and I'm a little upset with
Yeah.
them.
Well, I just want to say, as somebody who has biohacked on herself, I lost the 70 pounds learning the foundation of keto. Um, and that is my safety net. That is my, I am comforted by knowing that I have that go to, and I still always will have that go to for the rest of my life. Um, but I knew that there was that missing link. And so
Mhm.
when we read this, I started, applying it to my life. And, I don't know why I would have not done this sooner. Like we should not, as women, we should not have the bloating, the migraines, the PCOS, the problems that menstrual cycles bring. We
Yeah,
shouldn't be having these issues. And this has
no.
been probably I feel like I said 4 last night, but I think I'm going on my 5th month of this.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot longer than
But
I've read the book.
I am being a little bit more I'm being a little bit more serious about it because I'm seeing how this has changed my month to month. It is a game changer. Understanding what the hormones do for our bodies and that they're not just to come and destroy us, but they actually work together for good.
Yeah, there's a
It's
reason.
amazing.
Yeah.
You just feel renewed, and
Yeah.
I don't know,
And
but
this is also for those of you who don't have your cycle.
yeah,
I don't have my cycle. I'm on the same program doing the same thing as the others. This is for menopausal women. This is for women who maybe have had a hysterectomy. It doesn't matter. We can get you through this, and we walk you through this. And there's a scientific reason why you're going to want to. I'm a keto coach. You're going to want to throw in a sweet potato, ladies.
yep,
There's a reason why we do this. There's also a reason why we are very careful to protect you from those trigger foods and from sugar, from processed foods. So we're not talking about going to eat french fries. We're talking about throwing in specific foods to feed those hormones that your body is making. The progesterone craves more glucose. When you starve progesterone of glucose, you're creating a hot mess. You're creating unneeded pain. That's why we have to deal with the PMS. That's why we have to, that's why all of those things are there, because we're not feeding the hormones correctly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we went over 8 minutes today, but we didn't come on for 8 minutes. We were late to
We
our
were,
own meeting. We got to figure this out. I don't know. We're just gonna have to come in here each week at 15 minutes because we always fix it. It's just
yeah,
we took it way too close to the line today. So hey, we are here for you. If you are frustrated with weight gain that you cannot explain, that you're so frustrated and you're like, I am ready to give up. Don't run over to the weight loss shots. That's not going to help you. It's not going to fix your body. It's going to make things worse. You will have regain. There's nothing. If I could get on a soapbox, there's nothing I would scream out more than, can you just eat a steak? Can you just eat healthy fats? Because you will lose the weight, you will reverse your type 2 diabetes, you will reverse PCOS, you'll fix the root instead of fixing the symptom. When
yeah,
you fix the symptom's going to just come back. And a lot of people are so excited about this weight loss shot right now because gosh, the food noise is gone. Finally, the food noise is gone. Well, there's a reason why you had the food noise in the first place. We've got to fix the root. When you stop taking the medication, the food noise will return, except it comes back even louder. We
engine,
want to stop it for
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's done with butter and steak and broccoli and all of the good stuff, right?
yeah.
It's done from the root out. So we're here for you. Please message us. We have launched the new program is called Ageless Keto. It's for women only. Men, we have a program that we filter you directly in. You
Yep.
lose the weight, you're done. You fire us, and you're good to go, right? But the women, they need some more time. So this is a 3-month one-on-one coaching program. You'll want to message us for any additional information. We'll throw the links in the chat messages so that you can sign up with a coach. If you don't know, go to our website, kmhealthcoaching.org, find a coach you like, and click on schedule a free. I was having word problems. Schedule a free discovery call, and you can get one of us on the phone. We'll talk you through what you need. And because you may not need that program, maybe you need another direction. We'll be able to help to do a health assessment on you to really talk about what you need.
Yep.
Darce, you have any
Yeah.
closing thoughts?
I have none. I think you covered a lot of things. Just, this is a game changer for us women. Like this is something that we were never taught as children. We were just handed a pack of tampons and said, "Welcome to womanhood." But this is a game changer. So
It is.
there is
By the
no.
way, by the way, if your doctor says, ah, menopause symptoms, PMS symptoms, just deal with it. It's normal. It's a normal part of life. Please fire that doctor. I'm serious. I am so sick. And it's OBGYN doctors that are just like, well, that's natural. No, you don't have to put up with this. You don't have to say hot flashes are a normal thing. You don't have to. There are people out there who know how to fix you. You don't have to live like that. That's my other soapbox. I probably just need to buy a soapbox box and just stand on it all the
Yeah,
time.
we should.
Any
I'll get
questions
one.
for us? You have any
Any questions?
questions? I have a day full of clients today. I worked out already. I had my eggs this morning, ready to go.
Yeah.
And we don't have any sound issues. So I feel like we just need to stay on here because we
I
don't have any sound
know.
issues.
I figured out the problem, and I didn't want to tell you what I did, but I figured out the problem.
You do, Richard.
Well,
All right, Becky, what'd you do?
it's
Let's-
just this setup, like certain like Safari or Chrome, it doesn't like the
Oh,
and
yes.
it, so
So you were in the duck one,
yes,
weren't
I
you?
was in the duck one, and
Okay,
the
so
duck
at least I'll
one,
know next time to say go to Google
yes,
Chrome.
yes.
What I do is I have my link saved as a favorite in the Chrome side. So
I need to do that. That's,
yeah, it's
but
a
I
good idea.
copy and paste. So
Yeah, you do. We are here every Tuesday morning. We've been popping on. Darcy, you've got a weight loss page,
yeah,
coaching with what is it called? Weight loss coaching with Coach
with
Darcy.
with Coach Darcy. I think it's
Yeah.
Cam Health Coaching with Coach Darcy.
KM Health Coaching with Coach Darcy. Mine is
Yeah.
Diet Recovery
Yeah.
Support over at Facebook. We've just been popping on our groups here lately and just been doing a lot of lives. We love talking to you. We love answering your questions. And so we're here officially every Tuesday morning at
Yeah.
11 a.m. Eastern time. So we're gonna sign off and let us know if you need any help. If you have any questions, we are glad to answer them. All right, Coach, have a great day.
You too.